Hello students of Class 12 CBSE Computer Science with Python. Welcome to TechBox 247. In this video, we are going to learn about the computer networking devices in detail. So in the previous videos, I have provided the description under what is meant by computer networking and what are all the advantages of computer networking. And I have also taught you what are the types of networking such as LAN, MAN, PAN and WAN. And we have also saw the switching techniques such as circuit switching, message switching and packet switching techniques. Hope all have watched that video and you are clear with that topic. If you have any doubts in that, so you can message under that video on the comment sections. Okay, if you have not yet watched that video, I have provided the link under the description box below, so you can go and watch out there. So come on, let us move on to the today's video quickly. So first of all, what is meant by a computer network? So let us make a recap of computer networking. So this computer networking is nothing but it is a connection. Okay, it is a connected devices. So computer networking means connected devices. So what are all the devices it is getting connected? So computers, laptops, printers, scanners. So many hardware devices, okay, like mobile devices. So mobile devices. So all these devices are communicated with each other and it shares its hardware and the software resources. So why it is getting connected? So it is sharing the hardware and software resources. So this is called as a simple definition of computer networking. So let us see the definition of network devices. So the network devices is also called as networking hardware. Okay, and this networking hardware is also known as network equipment or computer networking devices. So we can call these network devices in three types. One is networking hardware or network equipment or computer networking. All these are nothing but an electronic devices. All these are nothing but an electronic devices which are required for communication and interaction between devices on the computer network. To make the internet connected, so we need the communication or an interaction via the electronic devices. So those devices are called as networking devices. Hope you all understand. Let us move on to the next video. Next slide. So the next slide is modem. So already we have studied that modem. In that M stands for modulator and DEM stands for demodulator. Okay, so this modem, it converts the analog signals to digital signals. Make a note of it. It converts analog signals to digital signals. Understand? So the full form of modem is modulator or demodulator. Let us read the definition. A modem is a hardware device that allows a computer or another device such as router or switch to connect to the internet. Okay, so we will study the router and switch in the upcoming slides. So this is also a networking devices. So this modem is nothing but a hardware device. Okay, we all have modem in our home to connect it with the internet, Wi-Fi connection. So this is a hardware device. What it does, it allows the computer or any other devices such as router to connect it with the internet. Okay, let us see the next slide under the modem. As we know, phone lines work on analog signals while computer works on digital signals. Okay, so we have our phone lines in our home, each of our home. So these phone lines will be working under the analog signals. But the computer is working on what? The digital signals. So what this modem will do? So the role of the modem is to convert the digital signal to analog signal so that it can be carried by the telephone lines. And on the other side, when it reaches the destination mode and it converts that analog signal again to the digital signal in original form so that the computer can understand. Okay, so read the second point. So the role of the modem is that first they convert the digital signal to analog signal. Okay, so the digital signal is called as computer signal. So this digital signal is also called as computer signal, and analog signal is also called as internet signals. Make a note of it. So this analog signals is also called as internet signals. So this digital signal is getting converted to analog signals so that it can be carried out by the telephone lines very easily. And when it reaches the destination on the other side, it again converts that analog signal to digital signal. That is the original form, so that the computer can be able to understand. So let us see the modem picture. So this is the picture of modem in which we are having in our home. Okay, let us see the next type of devices, like types of modems. So we have types of modems. One is internal modems and another one is external modems. So the name itself says that it is internal modem. That means the modems that are fixed within the computer is called as internal modems. Okay, so these internal modems are pre-installed in the computer motherboard. Okay, these are pre-installed. Where it is installed? In our motherboard of the computer. Okay, so this internal modems are pre-installed in computer motherboard, and this external modems that are connected externally to a computer as other peripherals are connected. So this is nothing but an external device which is connected to the computer. Okay, it is nothing but the external device which is connected with the computer. Okay. Let us see the internal modems and the external modems in detail. So see the picture of internal modem. So this is the internal modem which is present, first one, and the second type of picture is called as external modems. In most of us, we are using to connect it with Wi-Fi connection in our homes. So let us see the modulation and demodulation. So what is meant by modulation and demodulation? So what is meant by modulation and demodulation? So modulation is nothing but it converts digital signal to analog signal. Okay, so it is converting the digital signal to analog signal. Then it is called as modulation, and demodulation is converting what? Converting analog signals to digital signals. So let us read it again. Modulation is nothing but the digital signal, the conversion of digital signals to analog signals. Okay. After that, what is meant by demodulation? It is converting the analog signals again to the digital signals. So let us see the next type of device called RJ45. So this RJ stands for registered jack. Okay, the full form of RJ is registered jack, and it is a standard type of physical connector for network cables. Okay, this is nothing but a physical connector of network cables. So it has 8 pins. Okay, it has 8-pin connector, and this is exclusively used with Ethernet cables for networking. Okay, it is commonly seen in Ethernet. So Ethernet is nothing but the network cables which is used to connect the networks. Okay, and it is a 8-pin connector. Okay, so it has 8-pin connector, and this 8-pin connector is used exclusively with Ethernet cables for making the connection with network. Okay, so let us read the next point. RJ45 connectors are most commonly seen with Ethernet cables, feature small plastic plugs on each end that are inserted into the RJ45 jacks of Ethernet devices. So on these Ethernet devices, this RJ45 is used. So these RJ45 connectors are nothing but the physical connectors, and it is most commonly seen in the Ethernet cables, and it is like a what? Small plastic plugs on each end, and it is getting inserted into the jack of Ethernet devices. So let us see the picture of this RJ45, and this is the first one, which is called as RJ45 cable. Okay, and this is your jack in which this RJ45 cable is getting connected. Okay, so this is called as jack, and this is called as RJ45 Ethernet cables, which is used to connect for our internet. Let us see the next type of devices called Ethernet card. Okay, so our Ethernet card, in the name itself it is specified that it is used for what? It is used to establish the physical connection between the computer and the network. Okay, it is nothing but there is a physical connection between the computer and the network. So, and it has many names. This Ethernet card also has many names, like I'm writing it here: internal network card, and it is also called as network adapter, and it is also called as network interface card. Okay, which is in the first point, network interface card, or it is also called as LAN card. Okay, so it has many names such as internal network card, network adapter, or network interface card, or LAN card. Okay, so this is used to establish what? The physical connection. So it is used to establish the physical connection between the computer and the network. Physical connection between the computer and network. Make a note of it. And let us read the second point. It is a device that is attached to each of the workstations and the server, and helps the workstations establish all important connection with the network. Okay, so each of the workstation, this device is connected with each of the workstations and the server, and it helps what? It helps the workstations to establish the connections within the network. So the connection is nothing but the important connections are getting easily connected by using these devices in between the workstations. So workstation is nothing but where there are more than there is a more group of computer, then it is called as a workstation. Okay, so the group of computers which is connected in the network, then it is called as a workstation. So it contains RJ45 slot. Okay, in the previous slide we have studied RJ45. So this Ethernet card is having RJ45 slot, so which is used to connect Ethernet cable with RJ45 connector. Okay, it is having the slot for RJ45 slot, and which is used to connect with Ethernet cable with RJ45 connector. Okay, in which we have saw in the previous slide. And then next is each NIC attached to workstation has unique number identifying it, known as MAC address. So network interface card. Okay, this network interface card, that is this Ethernet card attached to the workstation. Okay, so is having a unique number. Okay, to identify the Ethernet card. So each of the NIC is attached with the workstation, and it contains the unique number to identify, and that unique number is called as MAC address. Okay, and then it is also called as network interface unit. Understand? So this is your Ethernet card. The full form of MAC is Media Access Control. So which refer to the unique number, okay, of NIC. Let us move on to the next topic, and this is your hub. Okay, so the next topic is your hub. So this is nothing but this is also a hardware networking devices, and it is connecting what? It is connecting to the multiple ports, multiple nodes in the network. Okay, so which is used to send and receive the data from the connector nodes. So the hub is nothing but it is a hardware device which is used to connect several computers together. Okay, so this is a hardware device So what and all the devices we have saw, all these devices under the computer networking is called as hardware devices, and which is meant to connect with several computers together. Likewise, the hub is also called as a hardware device and which is used to connect it with the several computers. Okay, a hub is a networking device which is having multiple ports, and these multiple ports are used for connecting multiple computers or segments of LAN together. Okay, so in the LAN local area network, so under the local area network, it is used to connect multiple computers or any multiple segments, okay, which is used for connecting those computers with multiple ports. That's why it is having multiple ports, and it is used for sending incoming data to all the destinations. So what and all the data is coming to one computer, and that computer will be sending that data to all the computers in the connections. Okay, so hub is having the multiple ports that are used to connect multiple nodes, and this hub is best suitable device for creating a small home network. So under the small home network, we will be using the local area network called as LAN. Okay, so what it does, this hub is primarily broadcasting the messages. So whatever the messages is received by this hub, it is sending that messages to all the other computers in the network. Okay, for example, we can see the types of hub. So the types of hub, we are having active hub and the passive hub. Under the active hub, it amplifies the signal as it moves from one connected device to another devices. These are like repeaters to extend the length of a network. Okay, so this amplifies. What is meant by amplifying? So amplifying is nothing but to strength. Okay, to strengthen the signals. So it amplifies the signal as it moves from one connected device to another device. If there is having any signal problems or if there is any less signals in between the connections, so this active hub is amplifying that. It is regenerating the signals. Okay, after that it is making to connect it with each other. So this role is done by the repeaters. So that's why they have given that these are like repeaters. We'll study in the upcoming slides about the repeaters in detail. So this repeaters is used to extend the length of the network. Okay, so like the repeaters, it is used to extend the length of the network. And on the other hand, the passive hub, it allows the signal to pass from one computer to another computer without any change. So it will not change any messages what it is getting transmitted, and it allows the signal to pass from one computer to another computer. That's called as passive hub. So working of hub, so it's very important to know working of hub, and it is important question also under the computer science class 12. So this hub, we know that it is having the multiple ports, and it is called as multiple port repeater, and it is doing the repeater's role. So it is also called as multiple port repeater, which broadcasts all information to all the other ports. Hence it is called as non-intelligent or dumb device. So why this hub is called as non-intelligent or a dumb device? As because it is not sending the messages to the particular destination. Instead of that, it is sending the messages to all the other computers which is connected within the network. So because of this, it causes the unnecessary traffic also, and at the one time it can send or receive the information, but it cannot do both at the same time. Okay, it cannot be able to send or receive the information or any messages at the same time. Okay, hope you all understand in this topic. So let us see the working of hub. So this black color whole thing is called as ports. These multiple ports are connected with different types of computers in the network. Okay, so if the messages are sent from one computer to another computer, so that computer is sending messages to all the other computers. See the things clearly. So first of all, the message is sending from the first computer to the hub, and this hub is sending the messages to all the other computers on the network. So that's why it is called as non-intelligent or a dumb device or dumb device. Okay,